Now at Lowe's, faster quotes start at the Lowe's Pro Desk. Got a material list handwritten on a sticky note or saved as a photo? Perfect. Bring it to us and get a quote in minutes. And if you don't see what you need on the shelf, we'll help you get it. You can access thousands of products beyond what's available in-store or on Lowes.com, right from the Lowe's Pro Desk. Build quotes faster and source the materials you need to keep your jobs moving. Just like that, at Lowe's.
This is Omar Waheed.
This is Abi Maxey.
And this is Rob Kidau.
And it's 365 Amplified. And it's a very special episode. I'm introducing it. Our intern's here.
Making her podcast debut.
This is true.
Fantastic. Welcome, Abi. You are one of 4 interns that we have for the summer. We're going to be doing some great reporting for us. Introduce yourself a little bit. Tell the folks who you are, where you come from.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Abi Maxey. I am a rising senior at UW-Madison. I'm studying journalism and poli-sci and getting a certificate in digital media analytics. I have lived in Wisconsin for the past coming on 8 years now, so I've been here for a while, but I am originally from California, so I still stick with my West Coast roots.
And we're in California. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah, I moved around quite a bit, but I am originally from the Lancaster, Palmdale, Antelope Valley area. So shout out to them.
Shout out to AV Alta, the football club. Are you aware of them?
Nope.
They're a new professional soccer team in Lancaster. This is their 3rd season, and they beat Forward Madison
Really?
2-0 a couple weeks ago.
And you're shouting them out?
Which made me sad. Well, I mean, it's nice to have. I mean, more soccer is better. Even if it is in AV. And they're usually the last game of the night. They usually play at like 9:30 our time. So the ESL League 1 after dark. I don't think I knew about that digital analytics certificate. I might have to put you to work to run some numbers.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to do that.
What does that entail exactly?
It's like what you're saying, a lot of working with data, working with R programming. We did a lot of that in our capstone course, and just sort of working through large data sets and figuring out how to translate that into a digestible way for a broader audience. So
cool. I love that. All right. The one reason that Abby's the one here today and not the other 3, you'll get to meet the other 3 interns over the course of the summer, which we're very excited about. But as it happens, Abby's the first to the gate in actually getting something published on Madison 365, which went up yesterday morning as you're listening on Friday. And that was you went out to visit the Meals for Two Wheels rollout, right? Tell us about that.
Yeah, for sure. So Bikes for Kids Wisconsin founder Christy Goforth, she had this idea of creating Meals on Two Wheels rather. And it's basically an e-bike grocery delivery service. And so they're partnering with the River Food Pantry, and they're working with them to find people who are in need and are looking for more affordable ways of transporting their groceries directly to their house. And so, Christy had a solution with her bike shop. She said, "Hey, we have a large volunteer workforce, and we have the resources to do this. So let's try it out." And so they had a pilot test run with a volunteer, Pepe Barros, I believe, and it was successful. And so they've basically had their launch yesterday, and they're going to start this upcoming week, starting to deliver people their groceries, collaborating with the River Food Pantry.
And what's the sort of the geographical scope? Is it like a neighborhood? Is it citywide? Where is it?
So I believe it's within their specific scope in their neighborhood, because I imagine that the e-bikes can't go across the entire city.
It is only 2 wheels.
Yes.
Where are they located?
The River Food Pantry?
Yeah.
So the Bikes for Kids Wisconsin is located in Fitchburg, and that's where the event was. I'm not entirely sure where the River Food Pantry is at exactly.
Oh, the north side on
right.
Packers Ave.
Yeah, I know that. Okay, cool. So and this is going to be running for several months, right? It's like all summer?
Yeah, up until the end of October is the plan. It's very weather dependent, but
yeah, sure.
They're hoping to go to the end of
And
October.
how much are they hoping, or how many people are they hoping to serve? Do you know any of those?
I don't have the numbers on the exact amount. I think they're working with the River Food Pantry to see like who would be who needs it the most and how much they can provide with the amount of volunteers that they have. And I think that's also dependent upon how many people are able to volunteer. I also know that they have to have a backup rider for every rider that's delivering the groceries in case that one falls through, because it's very important to have someone there to bring someone their essentials.
Is the backup also on a bike? Because I know they let volunteers use their own car for food deliveries at the river, and then they have the Munch mobile wheels already.
Yeah.
So
I believe the majority of the riders are using their own e-bikes that they own. And then the backup riders are also on bikes as well.
And are they still looking for volunteers?
Yeah, I think it's a continuous search that they're doing. I think they have a good amount right now for the demand, but I believe that they're still
okay. So if you're a biker type person and want to help out, I'm sure they'll find a spot for you.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Thank you, Abby, for that. Omar, we're gonna turn the page, and you've been talking with Urban Triage and some other folks about Foster Care Awareness Month, which is over now, but
it was.
But we're still going to raise awareness. We can be a year-round foster care awareness thing.
Well, it was Foster Care Awareness Month all of May. Urban Triage did only reach out to me near the end of May.
Like, wait a second.
So,
we should increase awareness as long as we're doing this for this month.
No complaints about that, but there. If you remember, from about a year and a half ago, they kind of started to open up their young adult foster care transitional home. It's for people who age out of the foster care system. And they kind of lightly previewed it. Some people were moved in, but it wasn't officially open. And then last month in May, it officially turned one since opening. So it's open. It's open now officially. And they want to highlight it and the importance of that home. A lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of different outcomes for foster care. Not a lot of them are necessarily good endings. Not everyone ends with the family, and that's a challenge. That is a very, very big challenge.
And how old are you when you age out? Are you 18?
It depends on the state. I think Wisconsin is a little more flexible. I think it's 18 to 20.
Okay, so you could stay in some sort of foster care through the foster care system until you're like 20.
Sometimes it's kind of like a case on case basis, but like some other states, the hard cutoff is 18,
and now you're here. And now you're homeless.
Yes, basically,
potentially, yeah.
But that's what happens with a lot of these kids. They become adults and they're just kind of kicked to the curb, and a lot of them are homeless, struggle with finding a job, making money, finding their own place. So many other things. So having one of these homes is extremely important because it matches all these people to these social services to make sure that they can thrive after going through the foster care system. So I got to talk to one of the kiddos that was there. She's been in the foster care system since she's been 11.
Oh, wow.
Probably not going to share her name for privacy reasons.
Sure.
But she's been in the transitional home since last October. She's 20 years old now. She says it does kind of suck being back in the system to some degree, but this home is like nothing she's ever had. It's comfortable. It's stable. She feels like it's setting her up to actually succeed, and she has a lot of plans. She's doing good. She wants to start traveling. She's actually at Madison College right now, finishing up her associates. She wants to go to school for social work, so she's been inspired by other people who have helped her throughout her life, and she wants to be that for other people. She wants to travel to Chicago. I was like, that's only 2 hours away. You can just get on the bus and do that. It's like, yeah, but I'm nervous. I haven't been outside of Madison before, so that's fair. But she's excited for her life and building it up, and She said that wouldn't have happened without an opportunity like this transitional
So
home.
the social service system exists for adults and kids to just to support you and stuff, but it's not easy to navigate.
No.
If you're,
No.
especially if you're like just coming out of foster care, you're 19 or 20, like you're not going to know which office to go to when for which paperwork, So just having that's a place to kind of live and guide you through that is really important. How many people are at that home?
Oh, I gotta double check the number, but I think it's 6.
Okay.
It's all girls, so they're all.
Is that by design or is that coincidence?
I never asked Brandy. I think it is by design. A lot of the things they do are very intentional, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna assume
It's
by
basically
design.
a women's transitional home.
But let me
Yeah.
double check.
Okay, we'll double check that. All right, and that story will be up at Madison365.org. Thank you for that. The other thing, as sort of an update, something we talked about last week, is the nurses of St. Mary's have a date for their union vote.
Yes, they do. June 11th.
So this time next week, we will have a result.
Ideally, I hope so. I asked them to text me first when it happens. And
there will be a result. Whether we know the results or not is up in the air. But
SEIU does like me a little bit more than the other reporters.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and their people have been emailing and calling with every step of the way. So I think they'll.
And they do text me on everything also.
Good,
so
okay.
we have like 5 tiers of hearing about everything. But
if they put it out anywhere, we'll hear about it and we'll let you know. But it seems like it seems inevitable that it's going to pass their membership, right?
Their current estimated numbers is that 73% of the nurses, which is about 840, are in support. But because of the union busting efforts, they assume a lot more people are being quiet, so there's probably more support. Just when the actual day comes, we'll see, but 73% is pretty good, and that's already enough to do it.
Yes, it would be. And that vote is, again, Thursday, June 11th, so watch for that. We will report as soon as we know. There's a couple other things before we call it a day. This is going to be a short episode today because Steph is on assignment and I was unable to secure an interview. Next week, we will have the new president of the Goodman Community Center.
Oh, yeah.
On. We tried to, he just started maybe like a month or a month and a half ago. And we had something lined up and it just didn't work out.
He seems great, but the circumstances about why the last one left was still kind of.
We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. They as folks might remember, there was a big embezzlement problem.
Not from the previous president.
Not from the president, but from
clear.
one of the directors, and is being prosecuted. But it's not like that. It's not that Letitia left for that reason exactly. But that was the circumstance, right? It probably contributed to her desire to move on, or other people desiring her to move on. I'm not sure, but I would definitely ask Chris, the new guy, about how he's going about sort of repairing relationships and rebuilding trust at the Goodman Community Center, which is a really, really important institution on the East Side. So we'll listen for that next week. I talked last week also about Ross Kidau. Did I talk about Ross Kidau last week? I think I did. The sprinter.
I think you said you were going to.
Oh, that's right. That's right. When we recorded, I hadn't talked to him yet. Okay, So here's the Ross Kidau story. He when I come to work every day, I walk by Say and Melissa Kidau, who run Roster Barista, down in the lobby of the hub here, and their son Ross is a freshman at Waunakee High School. And won both the 100 and the 200 at the conference meet, which is unusual for a freshman to win those. When we were talking last week, he was getting ready to run the regional meet on Friday last week, and he was hoping to break 11 seconds and maybe make it to sectionals, but then state was probably off the table because he's a freshman, and they didn't expect him to get in the top 4 at the sectional meet. So after I ran that story on Friday morning last week regarding regionals, he got third at regionals. So he made it to sectionals. I'm sorry, that was already happened. Sectionals was Friday. And he told me in our interview that his goal for the end of high school was to run like 10.6 in the 100, which is pretty fast for a high school kid. And I asked his coach, "Is that feasible?" And she said, "Oh yeah, he could definitely do that. Not this year, but like by the end of high school for sure, he'll be in the mid-10s." Then the sectional meet happened. They didn't expect him to make state. They hoped he would break 11 seconds. Kid ran a 10.7.
Wow.
Which we believe is the fastest 100 ever run by a freshman.
That's amazing.
Nice.
Kenny Bederick, who has been on this podcast before, who's Olympic silver medalist, as a freshman ran like a 10.85. That's the fastest anybody could find. And there's also a freshman-only meet coming up June 13th. It's kind of like an exhibition meet just for freshmen, and the record there is like 11.15 or something like that. So
how do people just keep getting faster? Are we getting more aerodynamic as people?
That's been a topic among sports scientists. Is like, is there a limit? Is there going to be a record that just we cannot run faster than
Bolt
this?
crushed their perceptions of how fast a person can run, and then someone managed to run faster only a couple years after. Are we getting more aerodynamic?
Like, what's happening here? So state meet is this weekend, Friday, Saturday in lacrosse. So prelims are tonight if you guys are listening to this on Friday. Finals are Saturday, so we'll see how Ross does. He still got third, even running a 10.7, he got third at the sectional. But to make it to state as a freshman and to run that fast is pretty incredible. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on his career. He wants to play football. That's his thing. He's also a running back on a football team, and he's a big kid. And in fact, his first couple of years at youth football, he had to play lineman because they had weight limits on the other positions, and he was just too big to play running back until like eighth grade. But his goal is a college football scholarship, not even track, but maybe that'll shift now that he's really, really good at track. All right. So we'll have an update from the state meet at some point, probably. And finally, before we go, in a couple weeks, we're going to publish our 6th annual list of Wisconsin's most influential Asian American leaders. And we're throwing it open. And if you know anybody, if you're listening to this and you know anybody who is of Asian descent, who lives in Wisconsin, who's doing good work, I'll put a link in the show notes to a nomination form, or you can just email news@madison365.org and tell us a name and a little bit of why. Maybe a LinkedIn profile is helpful.
I'm going to pitch Omar again. Someone nominate me. You can do it. I'm Asian.
Madison 365 staff remain ineligible.
It's what I keep hearing. Someone can do it. If there's enough people in the community that do it, I think Rob has to change his mind.
We might have to cave at some point. The Asian includes is pretty broad. So South Asian, Southeast Asian, and leadership is also very broad, and influence is very broad. So large bank CEOs with $3 billion under management, and classroom teachers all have influence in different ways, and we will take all of those names under advisement, and we'll do our little research and write something up on those that we choose, and that'll be out in a couple of weeks toward the end of the month. Let me do that again. All right, nice short episode for you all today. Abby, thank you.
Thank you.
Omar, thanks.
You're welcome.
And have a great weekend, everybody. We'll talk again soon. "365 Amplified" is produced and edited by me, Rob Chappell, and is a production of 365 Media Foundation, a nonprofit, local, independent media organization in Madison, Wisconsin. Wherever you're listening to this right now, hit the subscribe or follow button to get new episodes every Friday. And between episodes, get your latest news at madison365.org and follow us on Blue Sky, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Threads. Wherever you get your news, we'll be there.
Tired of your car insurance rate going up, even with a clean driving record? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/Libsyn today. That's JERRY.ai/LIBSYN.